This is discussion 2 for HRTM hospitality law. So the situation was Dante Robinson and Rashawn Nelson were at a Philadelphia Starbucks. They were waiting for a business client, a real estate client, to discuss a life-changing proposal. While waiting, they did not order anything at the Starbucks. Rashawn Nelson tried to use the bathroom and was denied because he wasn't a paying customer. So they were sitting there peacefully, not interrupting anybody, and the manager asked them to leave if they weren't going to pay for anything. They said no, they were just there for a business meeting. The manager then called police. The police came, asked them to respectfully leave. They did not, and then they were arrested and detained for 8 hours. Now, the question is whether that was racially prompted. And it's tough to say because the manager's statement was it was not. It was because they weren't paying for a drink, and if you weren't paying, they didn't want you to stay. Now, the Civil Rights Act of 1964 in the textbook says protected cases is race, color, religion, and national origin. You can't refuse service for those 4 things. What's difficult about this case is they were African American, and the manager said it wasn't because of that. Now, was it? Probably, and I think it was, but it was kind of the manager's word against theirs. She has the right to refuse service if it was like a disorderly conduct, if it was they were harassing, if they were doing anything of that sort, breaking things, but they weren't. They were being peaceful. So prompts me to believe that it probably was a racial discrimination, which in turn would violate the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Now, if I was the manager at Starbucks, I would have not kicked them out. I have been to many Starbucks before to do job interviews, to meet with people, to just sit down and talk or do homework, and I have never had a problem. But in this certain case, I do believe it was racially motivated. Now, that being said, the Starbucks has then, after the fact, shut down 8,000 stores to do racial training. So hopefully it did get resolved, but I do believe that this certain case did violate the Civil Rights Act.